little bit about Zeltnaga Caverns. It's a very, very, very balanced map for all races. I mean, if you can go to my view perspective, Dave, and I can basically show it on your stream as well. We both basically have. What's really good about this is that it's balanced for every race because oh my god, come on, Ace. You got this high ground up here by the Zeltnaga, the Watchtower, so you can basically get some units up here, maybe like a Reaper if you're Terran, or you can drop in like. You can drop in a unit from like a Overlord, like a Zergling or something, and just get on that high ground so you can't spot it, and you get that Zeltnaga vision. You also get these two choke points here. You got the one here and the one here, and it's decently big, so it's good for the Zerg player to macro up and basically grab comfortably 3 bases, almost basically comfortably 2 as well. Yeah, comfortably 3 and 2 bases, and then you also have the gold expansions in the middle, as well as that basic choke points in every basic every direction for every expansion. So I'm thinking this is going to be a really drawn out game, and it's going to be a very well done game, unless some person does 6 pool or 7 pool or something like that. It looks like they're already at 13, so there's not going to be any of that. Probably both players going for some kind of early expand, if I'm guessing correctly. What do you think about this game, Dave?
I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. I'm excited to see Team EVO going up against Solid here, the clan Solid. I'm not sure what exactly, I guess Team Solid. Yeah, Team EVO is big sponsor of us as casters. Big shout out to those guys, man. They're awesome guys, all very fantastic players. So can't wait to see this matchup.
So right now we have Overlords going out to scout what their opponents are going. Pretty mirrored builds right now, probably going 14 pools, 16 hatch, very common as ZVZ. It looks like this spawning pool is perfectly timed out. Pretty mirror builds actually. I'm surprised they're doing kind of the same thing.
Wonder if we're going to see a lot of roach play from one of these players, or you know, maybe some more of a tech build. I wonder what we'll see. You know,
well, from my past knowledge from ZVZ, I see a lot of what's it called, Ling, roaches, and infestors and hydras. That's basically all there is. I mean, you barely ever see mutas or air. It's more of the ground battle. If they ever get mutas, it's because of some kind of baneling build that's going on from some other person or whatnot. Then they decide to go switching to Zergling and baneling and mutas. But usually it's just roaches, hydras, and Zerglings, and maybe some infestors to do some fungal growth. But other than that, because those are basically all of Zerg is bio, so every unit is a bio, so it can basically fungal growth is very well done against the bio units. So we're gonna have more lings against these other 2 lings that are going out to probably scout what's going on here. Oh, so we are gonna see a baneling nest going down for Solid. So maybe a baneling bus coming out. What do you have to say about that, Dave?
Yeah, very interesting play. You don't see a lot of banelings in ZVZ. I mean, you do see them a little bit, but they're not heavily used like they are in ZVT. So that baneling nest is gonna add a little bit of interesting play, because we got Team EVO up there throwing down the Roach Warren. And a little bit of lag from Solid CIS, that's okay. Both players just now about to get Ling speed. Oh, we see Ether kind of poking up the ramp here with his Lings.
Probably going to see that there's a lot more Zerglings that are going to get surrounded on these Lings. Uh-oh. Not good. He did not get up there to see that baneling nest was there. Zerg speed is basically finished for both players right now. They're probably going to be moving in right when that Zerg speed is now done. So it's going to be Speedlings versus Speedlings, but it all comes down to the numbers in the end. And it looks like Solid TK is going to have the numbers on them.
So I'm going to be interested to see this matchup, because we got Banelings on the way right now for Solid TK. Evo Ether just got some roaches out.
So 1 base Baneling, 1 base roaches. In that situation, I think roaches would win. If there's more of them considered, that if Ether gets more roaches instead of Zerglings, because Banelings are very, very weak against roaches, because the roaches can tank so much damage.
Looks like Ether going to send his Queen over here to maybe snipe this Overlord, or just protect this Expo hatch that he's just thrown down. Meanwhile, we got some Zerglings on the way.
And like I said, those roaches are going to get in on these. Oh, be careful after he's got the surround. Solid's going to have that surround on him. But these Zerglings are going to be in there. Looks like the Banelings are going to be coming in to try to snipe some of those Zerglings. Like I said, those roaches can tank so much damage. Those Banelings are very not useful at all. Oh. pretty even matchup. You can take a look at the units lost tab.
Oh gosh, I didn't
You
know
can
if
see
you
it
guys
looks
just saw
like-
that queen do a little dance thing. That was weird. He did like a sidestep. Nice. And we got some
Interesting.
more lings on
But
the
you
way.
take a look at the units lost, you can see that Ether is kind of ahead, unit-wise, but resource-wise, he's lost a lot more units because he had those roaches. Excuse me, a lot more resources because he had the roaches. Looks like both players grabbing their expos. Looks like Ether's going to be up and running before then. The banelings are going to be there. Nice, solid.
Oh, and the
TK.
queen
He's going to
goes
be running in
down.
with the baneling.
He might have to cancel his expo. No, he's gonna.
No, let's
do
hit
it
those.
Very nicely done by Ether.
Oh, Roach kind of tanked that damage of that baneling.
Go to the production tab, dude.
So Ether with more roaches and solid TK, just pumping out more Zerglings.
He does have that baneling now, so you can. I would see him probably transition to roaches as well, and then probably infestors and get layer tech or something. I'm guessing that's probably what he's gonna do, or he's gonna keep going for those banelings. I mean, banelings are good at a point, but if the roaches are there, then the banelings aren't effective. I mean, these banelings are probably gonna be coming right on down here and taking out these Zerglings. Looks like they're gonna be going right on down. So
Oh,
this
and that hatch
expansion-
goes down without a cancel.
Oh, how can you tell it? How can you tell if it was canceled or not?
The drone will show in the center. Because
Oh, that's
you
right.
need a drone to make it. Yeah.
I was gonna say the drone could have just got killed by the Zerglings though.
I didn't see it pop out. Ooh, some banelings morphing in at this Zelnaga tower. Got a lot of back and forth action going on between these Zerglings, and we see some Zerglings from Solid running around the backdoor rocks, I guess doing some scouting. And now we see Solid getting his Roach Warren. And meanwhile, Aether is sticking with the Roach play.
With the Zerglings, very common in ZVZ. Banelings aren't that effective. They are really good. If he can sneak those Banelings, he plus gets them on the creep. Now it's not good because you don't want to spread your creep too much in ZVZ because when they creep touch, it's kind of awkward. Ooh, those Banelings are gonna maybe take out that. Oh, the Roaches did it perfectly. But those Banelings did take out most of the drones at that expo.
Good job sneaking them in there by Solid. Solid TK.
Yeah, see, but it was easy. In ZVZ, it's easy to sneak Banelings into another person's base because they have, even with speed or without speed, they have the creep, and that means that creep, once they touch any creep in general, whether that be your opponent's or your own, they get a little speed boost. So they can just be like, oh, I'm on your creep, you can see me now, but I have a speed boost, I can go straight to those drones. Basically what I'm saying.
I got you.
So it looks like we're going to have the Roaches come out. Roaches and Banelings, kinda. Ooh, looks like Solid's trying to take out that Overlord.
We got a layer on the way for Ether. As well
you mean-
as TK. Both players have
So
a
I
layer
was saying
coming
he's going to probably go for those Hydralisks after that, or
Yeah.
keep with the Roaches and the Banelings.
EVO chamber just came down for Ether as well. I mean, Solid.
I'd be very careful with Ether. Those Banelings are perfectly in position to take out those Zerglings. Oh, he lost a lot of lings there. That kind of made me cry a little bit once Ether. He came in with about twice as many lings when those Banelings came there. They kind of warped out everything.
Looks like Ether's going to be pushing in with some roaches here.
But he should have really been pushing in with those Roaches and those lings. I mean, it's going to be good here, but he could have done so much more damage if he keep those lings with those Roaches.
I agree.
And the Roaches in the front, and then tank the damage from the Banelings, and then win with everything else. So it looks like EVO Ether is going to clean this up nicely, but I think he could have done so much more damage if he did have the lings with there as well.
We also see Zerg missile attacks level 1 coming out for Ether.
Probably going to transition to some kind of Hydralisks. That's what I would do if I was Ether right now. He misrallied his Zerglings here. The Roaches are blocking off the ramp. He doesn't really realize that because he's focusing on the actual battle at hand. Looks like Zerglings are going to be here from both players, and the Roaches are going to be cleaning this up pretty nicely. It looks like Ether might be able to hold this off. Oh, he is backing out of there for these probably more Roaches to be coming in, and Lynx to be doing some more damage as well, taking out this Expo. The Queen is going to be coming down here. Oh, be very careful from Solid, or else that Queen is going to get taken out. Lynx are going to be here to help the reinforce this attack, but so many more Lynx. This is probably GG from Solid. Yep, GG
There
from
is
Solid.
the GG.